Welcome the students of class 8. Welcome to our social science history class. And today in this class, we are going to discuss another subunit from your chapter 8 from your old NCERT book, and the name of the chapter is the civilizing the native and educating the nation. And today's topic is grave error of the East, and it is present in your page number 97 of your old NCERT book 2. Okay, so open this page and follow. That what was mentioned in this subunit today we are discussing that the previous class we have already discussed that how did some British people who arrived in India, some Europeans, and they live India for a few years and they learn about various Indian languages and their philosophy and ancient text and a lot of books on yoga, medicine, philosophy, etc. And they are very much impressed and try to spread that knowledge all over the India among the native Indians. Those were at that time were illiterate, and also influenced the British government to promote the Oriental education, and those are called Orientalists. But in the opposite, there are some other people who criticized greatly those Orientalists as well as the Indian education system that was exist before the colonial period. So today we are going to discuss about that portion. That from 19th century, the British criticizing the Orientalist vision of learning, and they said the knowledge of East is full of error, and also it is unscientific, full of unscientific thought, and Eastern literature are non-serious and light-hearted, and it is very much light-hearted and non-serious, so it is not a very good quality of literature that was produced before the Europeans, that was produced in the Orient, means Asia. So they argued that it was wrong on the part of the British to spread that much of effort and money to encouraging the study of Arabic and Sanskrit language and literature. Okay, so in this way they criticizing. Now we are discussing about some of the eminent Occidentalists, means those are very much fond of the Western education and science, literature and philosophy. So first one, it is the James Mill. So James Mill was one of those who attacked the Orientalist, and he was also a great scholar and Occidentalist. And the British effort, he declared that British should not be teach what the natives wanted and what they respected, and in order to please them and win a place in their heart. Okay, so after the so you know that British, as per the Orientalist, that the British government should teach the ancient Indian literature, the ancient Indian subjects like the knowledge of Vedas and the philosophies, the ancient medicine system, such as the written in the Charak and Shruta Samhita, on those books, as well as the ancient astronomy and mathematical things. But in this case, the Occidentalist like James Mill greatly criticized the Indian education system exist at the time, and as well as the British effort to spread that knowledge among the illiterate and common people. So as per James Mill, the aim of education ought to be to teach what was useful and practical, and so Indians should be made familiar with the scientific and technical advances that was produced at the time in Britain and after the Industrial Revolution, and the West that made all these things. And rather than with the poetry and sacred literature of the Orient, Sacred literature means the Ramayana, Mahabharata and Puranas, all those. So they thought that these are the useless stories and no use of them in our practical life. So what happened next? So another Occidentalist was there, that is Thomas Babington Macaulay. In 1830s, he also and very outspoken and influential person at the time who criticized the Orientalist and sharply. And Macaulay said that India is an uncivilized country that needed to be civilized by the Westerners, and no branch of Eastern knowledge, according to him, could be compared to the England had produced. So in this way, he was very much proud of the British or English educational system, and who could deny, declared Macaulay, that a single shelf of a good European library was worth the whole native literature of India and Arabia. So in this way, he was criticizing and greatly and humiliating the Indian and the Arabic, means the Western Asian literature, art, culture, everything. Okay. So he also argued that British government in India stop wasting public money. They should stop wasting public money in promoting Oriental learning, for it was of no practical use. He was also criticized the Oriental knowledge, the Arabic, Persian, those literature and all these languages, as well as the Sanskrit and Vedic, all those texts, that those things had no practical use. So he felt that the knowledge of English would allow, our knowledge of English should be spread by the British educationists and the authority, because he felt that the knowledge of English would allow Indians to read some of the finest literature of the world that had ever produced, and it would make them aware about the developments of Western science and philosophy, that the development made after the European Renaissance, the science and technology and the new philosophical thinking, and that is beyond the existence of God and something, and which will help Indians, to more develop their physical or daily lifestyle. Okay. So in this way, he was very much fond of English education system, and he said that teaching of English could thus be a way of civilizing people and changing their taste, their values and culture. So following Macaulay's minute, the English Education Act 1835 was published. Okay, English Education Act 1835 was published, and as per this act, some decisions were taken up. So the decisions are: English become the language as language of instruction in the higher studies. So English should be the language of instruction in the higher studies in India. Number 2, they should stop the promotion of native languages such as Arabic, Persian and Sanskrit. Number 3, the English textbooks should be printed for preliminary English lessons in the Indian schools. So in this way, some recommendations done by Macaulay and finally accepted by the British authorities as English Education Act. And after that, English textbooks now began to be produced for schools, and the institutions like Calcutta Madrasa and Banaras Sanskrit College seen as the temples of darkness that were falling of themselves into decay. Okay, students, so this is the subunit that reflect the ideas of Occidentalist. Okay, and remember the two Occidentalists, number one James Mill and the another one Thomas Babington Macaulay. Okay, so these are the two Occidentalists and who criticized the Indian education system. Okay, students, so that's all from today's class. Hope you have understood this subunit. Next class we will going to discuss another subunit from this chapter. Okay, so thank you for watching. Bye.